Hello, good afternoon. My name is Tania Vallejo Avendaño, and I would like to share with you three things that can happen in the future, whether it's 20 years or more. I clarify that and make the video in this way due to interference in the internet signal, and with my partner, we agree to do it this way to facilitate and the construction of the work. Okay. What would be the future be like in 20 years? Will there be food? Okay. Will there be food? A report prepared by the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations FAO warns about the increasing degradation of soil and water resources during the last decade and the difficulty in feeding and 10,000 million people in 13 years. Within 13 years, about 10 billion people will inhabit our planet, about 2 billion more than now, according to one, according to UN projections. In order for the to be food for I'll be 2050 and to achieve the second sustainable development goal SDG, which is to the end hunger by 2030. The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations (FAO) maintains in its report the state of the world, yes, land and water resource for food and agriculture system at the lim SOL AW 2021, that agriculture will need to produce twice as much food compared to 20, 2012. The reference years chosen for this estimate, taking into account the scenario we are facing, the uncertainty generated in agriculture, livestock, and fishing due to the extreme weather events caused by climate change, combined with the loss of biodiversity and progressive soil degradation that is less produce and the scarcity of water as consequences mainly of human action. Will the job stay? Okay. Will the job stay? Well, we must bear in mind that the COVID-19 pandemic installing more of flexible ways of working on often remote work, which is here to stay in some companies, says the study. Some 84% of employers surveyed by the WEF say they were prepared to rapidly digitize work process, including a significant expansion of the telework. However, uh, 78% of Busan's leaders forest some negative impact um, on worker productivity. This change will impact a large majority of the workforce that can perform their function by connecting through the internet. However, many workers, especially in countries with a lower level of development, will remain completely out of the new paradigm of telework. This is why the WEF analysis warns that inequality is likely to be exacerbated by the double whammy of the technological revolution and the pandemic recession brought on by the pandemic, which is hitting low income people, women and men, the hardest youths. Mm, overpopulation. Overpopulation, the estimates made on the evolution of the world population are impressive, but they all show the same trend. The birth and death rates, together with the data collected in the last century, allow us to get closer to the approximate number of inhabitants that our planet will have in the future. Of course, there's estimate of theoretical models that cannot predict wars, global catastrophes, large migration, etc. But it is true that today the data agrees with the projections already made in the 70 years ago. In 2050, the population of our planet will rise to 19.7 billion people. Also, according to the last UN report, a peak will be reached at the end of the century, reaching 11,000 million, far from the overpopulation predicted by to the most alarmist. What all the estimates indication is clear downward trend in the number of births. And although at its moment we are growing more and more, we are growing less and less, which indicates that from 2100 or even before, the world population will begin to stabilize. Thank you for your time. Good afternoon.